So I'm making this video at a viewer's request, but I have touched on the subject before. Who is Zoom? In a previous Flash video, I talked about who I thought would be Zoom, and in this video, I'm just gonna elaborate on those ideas. I personally think there's only two options who Zoom could be from Earth 2, and that is both of Barry's fathers. Now, I know right now you're like, Juice. Sounds interesting, let me know, tell me more. Let me do that. The reason why I think it's gonna be either of Barry's fathers, Joe or Henry, is because it's pure shock value. You guys gotta remember that this is a TV show, and what keeps TV shows on the air? Ratings. And what keeps ratings up is when you watch episodes that make you go, whoa! So, if you're watching an episode where Barry's freaking fighting Zoom, like that last video where he fought Zoom, that was awesome! If you keep watching videos like that, and then like somehow his mask comes off, and it's his dad or his other dad, you're like, he's fighting his papa! That's gonna make you want to keep watching the show. Now, could Zoom be a random character that we've never met? Of course he could. In the comics, his name is Hunter Zolomon or some shit like that, but I don't think they're gonna go with a name like that in the damn show. So I feel like Earth 2 Zoom is gonna be somebody that Barry knows on his Earth, and is just gonna be like really pure shock value. Now, I know you're dying to hear my theories. At least I hope so. Let's go ahead and start off with Joe first because he's a bigger part of the show. What we've learned from Earth 2 is basically everybody on Earth 1 has an opposite in Earth 2. Joe in Earth 1 is good, so that means Joe in Earth 2 would have to be bad, right? Well, you're a bad man if you Zoom. That's possible, but why? Why would Joe be Zoom? We know on Earth 1 that Joe's ex-wife is a freaking junkie, so maybe on Earth 2, Joe is the junkie, possibly. Or something along those lines. Maybe Joe's just a criminal. Maybe he's a bank robber. Maybe he's just some type of bad person, and he's affected by the whole freaking explosion, because from my understanding, that also happened on Earth 2. So Joe getting his newfound powers, he's all like, I'm gonna fuck shit up, and I'm gonna be the #1 motherfucker in this place. Assuming Joe's a criminal, he's gonna use those powers for evil if he became Zoom, and bada bing bada boom, why wouldn't he become the most villainous person on Earth 2? Since everything's different on Earth 2, Joe's not gonna raise Barry, so he's gonna have a whole different lifestyle, and Barry probably grew up with his biological dad, and they live happily ever after. Honestly, I'm just grasping at straws for the Joe theory. I just think he would be a criminal on Earth 2, he would get the powers, and he would want to be the most powerful person there is, because he probably hates the cops on Earth 2. So bada bing bada boom, he's just an evil guy. But the person I think is Zoom is Barry Allen's actual father, Henry Allen. Earth 2 Henry Allen, not actual Earth 1 Henry Allen. Here is why I think Henry Allen is Zoom. One, I think they have similar body types. He could easily be in that costume. And as for the way he became Zoom, obviously it was the explosion. But what if on Earth 2, the freaking whole murder thing, his wife didn't die, but his son did? What if Barry Allen on Earth 2 is actually dead? He was murdered, so his father goes crazy searching for a speedster that killed his son. Actually, as I'm thinking about it, the wife could still die, and he could still do a whole revenge thing because he wants to kill the person that killed his wife. Either way, he would be consumed by hate, and he would become an evil speedster and want to destroy every other speedster in the world because, well, fucking, you know, one killed his family. Basically, I think that's what's gonna happen. I think it's either gonna be Joe or Henry. I honestly think it's gonna be one of them because of the shock value. You're just gonna be like, ah! Now let me apologize because as I'm making this video, I feel like it's not as in-depth as I want it to be, like a lot of my other theories are, but that's because my Flash knowledge isn't where I want it to be. It's not on point. And I'm gonna try to correct that over the next few weeks as I buy Flash comics to catch up on a bunch of theories that I could have with this show, but I'm just like, I just need some more Flash knowledge. But anyways, guys, let me know who you think is Zoom in the comment section down below. As always, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share it with all your buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. But as always, guys, I am your host, Juicebox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time.